Hey guys, it's Christian Singh here, back from CNH Smallage, and I'm giving another review of servicing to be done to this client's machine here. This guy had a Sears Craftsman rear self-propelled drive unit on there, and he called me up here one day and said the thing was not driving for him. And we took it apart over here, and this is what we find over here. He had a big rat's nest in the bottom of the plastic belt keeper area holder, we want to call it, and the actual belt right here. It looks like the belt was actually chewed in half by some kind of a mouse, rodent, or something like that. I just see it. It's all chewed in half right there, and I guess he had this thing in storage for quite some time, and the belt probably just like snapped on when he was out there using it here this past week, because these belts, you have to keep them in a relatively good condition, stuff like that, and this one looks like whoever was living inside this guy's cover here was snacking on the belt here, because there's belt pieces, there's like little pieces just sitting down inside here as well too. And the way to get these belts on here, you got to take the whole bottom cover off underneath here, because that's how they have them designed. They're not open like the older ones were previous to this model. This is a 2012, or no, let me see, the guy told me he bought it last year, so it had to be a 2013 model, so I apologize for that. And these covers had to be taken apart because they have a detailed baffle system underneath here, anything else, and you got one baffle plate right here. Get the other baffle plate right here, and that all has to fit up in there perfectly in order for it to function properly. And he had a lot of rust on his shaft on here, and we had to heat this thing up on him because it was all getting rusty down to the hole down here as well too. And we had to put some anti-seize on this thing as well too here, because these things seize up anytime they get water up inside them for that, and you have to heat them up and beat them with a sledgehammer and put nut buster and stuff like that on him as well too. His cable looks fine back here. It looks like the drive is relatively still good because the wheel is turning up here for that, so I don't think he did anything to the transmission, so he's right now just going to need a new belt replacing for that to solve the problem. And I always recommend this, keep these lawnmowers in a contained environment like a shed or something, and hopefully you don't have any rats or mice or anything else eating them, because anytime you have your machine in storage or whatnot out there, just put a rat trap or some kind of a trap around the area out there, so hopefully you don't have anything getting up inside your thing and eating the certain components like your ignition wires or your belts and stuff like that, like this happened right here. So that's a basic review of what can happen if you leave your machine sitting in a storage for any length of time, and an animal gets up inside there and basically eats your belt. So if anybody has any questions here, comments, whatnot, just give me a call back here if you know my phone number, after hours preferably, or leave me a message on my page. I'll see you guys.